Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Happy day after Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, whatever you call today. It's been an interesting week, one of celebration and all other emotions. So we gather together for some spiritual uplifting, recognizing the beauty of God's handiwork. We start our Shabbat celebration with Ma Yafeh Hayom. How lovely today is. Shabbat Shalom on page 128. Please join us.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. 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 Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
We begin Shabbat with bringing light to ourselves and to our homes. And so, too, we light candles here in our Jewish home. And I'd like to invite Lila to light our candles this evening. Please rise if you are able.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
You may be seated. Many times at a wedding, we see on wedding bands or on the chuppah, it says Dodi Li or Ani Dodi V'Dodi Li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. We can think of that in terms of God's relationship with us as well. We belong to God and God belongs to us. And so we welcome Shabbat with Dodi Li, page 129.
Dodi li v'ani lo haroeh b'shoshanim. Dodi li mizot olam, min hamidbar, min
Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai, raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song, for Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings. The Chuvne Ranana, page 130. We continue with Shiru Ladonai, sing unto God a new song. Every time we sing, we have the opportunity to renew our commitment to our faith and to change the melody just slightly to make it even more meaningful to us. So page 131, Shiru Ladonai.
Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basru miyom leyom, Yeshuato, Sapru v'goyim kevodo, Bechol ha'amim niflotav, Ki gadol Adonai, U'me'olam me'od, Norahu. Al kol Elohim yairai, Ki kol Elohei hamim elilim, V'Adonai shamayim asa, Od ve'adar lefanav, Os ve'tiferet be'mikdasho, Ailai, 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 Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, Iram hayam, U'melo yalo sadai, V'chol asher bo yairei, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
can also praise God with a variety of instruments, including our voice. And so on page 134, we have the list of all the possible instruments. Pick one and bring it along next time and we'll become a band. Zamru Ladonai, page 134.
Zamru Ladonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, b'chatzotzrot v'kol shofar. Hariyu lifnei hamelech Adonai, Yiram hayam u'mo, Tevel v'yoshveiva, Aidai neharot, Imcha u'chav, chav yachad, Harim yiraneinu, Lifnei Adonai kiva, Lishpat haaretz, Yishpat tevel betzedek, Ve'amim b'meisharim. Yiram hayam u'mo, Tevel v'yoshveiva, Aidai neharot, Imcha u'chav, chav yachad, Harim yiraneinu, chav yachad, Harim yiraneinu.
Lecha Dodi, a song that is an acrostic written by Shlomo Halevi Alkabetz, is a way of welcoming Shabbat as if she were a bride. And so we start with the verse to guard and remember Shabbat as it was created in one word, moving on to where we actually welcome the bride as we rise for the last verse. So we will sing verses 1 to 5, 6, and 9, and in the refrain between the 6th and the 9th, we will stand and face the door as if to welcome the Shabbat bride. Page 138.
Lecha todi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shema echad, l'shem letiferet ve'litila, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'lecha, ki hi mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem lesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chira, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, ki ba'orech u'mi'ori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaych nika, lecha שכחי ומתהמי בך יחסו עניי עמי ונבנתה עירתי לה לך תודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה
While you are standing, let's take a moment to greet one another with Shabbat Shalom. Feel free to walk around and greet one another.
Just that one. Yeah. I like the division.
Now that we have greeted one another, you may be seated. And we divide the beginning of our service, the Kabbalat Shabbat, with our Mariv service with Chatzi Kaddish, page 100. Oh, we wait a minute. We forgot. I'm sorry.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. We forgot one more song for Shabbat. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, page 140.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי עשור ועלי נבל עלי היגיון בחינות צדיק כתמר יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בזיוון דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צוריב אליו לטבון.
Now we separate Kabbalat Shabbat from our Mariv evening service with Chatzi Kaddish, page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברך חירותיו ימליך מלכותי בחייך ורשע לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירה בעלמה ואמרו
We rise for the Baruch Hu, page 146. You may be seated. We join together in the English reading in the middle of page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam, prayer in which we know that God loves us and expresses his love through offering us Torah on a daily basis. Page 150.
We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We join together in the Ahavta, expressing how we can return our love for God by doing mitzvot. Page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם נאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Please join me in the reading in the middle of page 156. All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign and Savior, who delivers us from oppressors' hands and saves us from tyrants' fists. You work wonders without numbers,
marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps.
You performed miracles for us before Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of the Egyptians. You led your people Israel out from their midst
to freedom for all time. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty.
Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together,
lifting their voices joyously.
Mi Chamocha, page 158. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed, v'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai ga'al Yisrael.
Amen.
Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel.
Amen.
We continue with Hashkivenu, asking God for God's protection throughout the night so that we can arise tomorrow with renewed souls. Page 160.
Ushmor tzedenu uvoenu lechaim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam ufros Sukkot Shalom Echad
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
We rise for the Tefillah, the Amidah, page 164. This is our opportunity to have a private conversation with God, to unpack the thoughts of the week. You can follow the text, which is a suggested text, but the words that come from your heart are just as valid for this part of the service.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. עושה שלום במרומיו כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, אמן. Ay, la 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 la, ay, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ay, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, say shalom bimrovav, oh, say shalom aleinu. ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, אמן. ואמרו,
We conclude our tefillah with the words of the Mishaberach, asking God for healing for those in our hearts, in our lives, who may suffer emotionally, physically, spiritually, or those who suffer from addictions. If there is somebody whose name you would like to bring into our midst tonight, as we go around the room, please feel free to call out their names. We join together on page 371 in the word with the words of the Mishaberach. All of them a refuah shlema, return to complete and perfect health. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
As you can see, Rabbi Nico is not here this evening.
What?
Surprise! He is enjoying a family weekend, and I saw something about an Argentinian turkey on Facebook, so I'm not sure exactly what that is, but...
Is that code for something?
I don't know. It looked rather burnt to me. I'm not sure what it was. But I'm very happy to be here this evening and tomorrow morning leading your Shabbat services our Shabbat services with Gabby and Michael and whoever else happens to join us. Yeah. Feel free to bring your instruments. Parenthood does not come with an owner's manual. Any of us who have been parents would know that. And as a result, firstborn offspring usually have a very different outcome than their successors. There are countless studies on birth order, books on personality traits, depending on whether you are the firstborn, the middle child, or the baby in the family. Not to mention twins, who, while raised in the same environment, with almost similar genetic backgrounds, still manage to look differently and vary in behaviors. I can attest to that one from my grandchildren. The Torah seems almost predictable in assigning the outcome, or dare say success, of our ancestors, sibling to sibling. Cain and Abel, Abel being the victim of his older brother's wrath. Ishmael and Isaac, Isaac being treated like a sacrificial animal because God wanted to test his father. And in today's parsha, Esau and Jacob, with Jacob being second born, yet receiving his father's blessing in a family drama that sees him fleeing from his home to save his life. Jacob and Esau couldn't have been more different. Esau was ruddy, Jacob was smooth. Esau killed animals, Jacob was a shepherd. Esau lived by the sword, and Jacob lived by the staff. Esau was a leader, and Jacob was a follower. Esau was impulsive, Jacob was premeditative. Esau was physical, and Jacob was spiritual. Esau was worldly, and Jacob liked the indoors. And Esau married outside his people, and Jacob married within. Some commentators cast blame on Jacob for his fate, stating that he deceived his father. Others blame Rebekah, Jacob's mother, for luring him in and setting up the plot for Isaac to give the blessing to the secondborn rather than to Esau, who should have received the firstborn blessing. And yet others place blame on Esau for acting impulsively in selling his birthright. We are told that Isaac loved Esau while Rebekah loved Jacob. It would make sense that each parent would identify with the child most like him or herself. You may remember that Abraham had sent his servant Eliezer to find a wife for his son Isaac. He found Rebekah at a well, and she immediately tended to the visitor, feeding him and his animals. She was hospitable, much like her future father-in-law had been when 3 men came to his tent in a recent parsha. And Isaac favored Esau, a man of the field who could provide food for his family, which was an important contribution for Isaac's survival. When I think about my own upbringing, I know that I had a different relationship with my father than I did with my mother. One was the day-to-day disciplinarian, while the other's role was that of the entertainer, the playmate, or even the disciplinarian reserved for extreme misbehavior. Not that I was ever subject to that. My closeness to one parent versus the other changed over the years. I see the same with other families, with one child seeking one parent over another, depending on the occasion. There you go. It is difficult to treat multiple children in a family exactly the same when the relationships change over time. A child may excel more in one area than another, which may please or displease a parent. Attention is shown, perhaps even subconsciously, towards one or the other, which leaves lasting imprints on one's soul. If you have a sibling, you can probably point to your own strengths and weaknesses compared to your sibling. And you know how you are more like one parent than another. Rabbinic commentators seek an answer to how this set of twins in our Torah portion could turn out so differently. They interpret the text emphasizing that while it was prophesied and known to Rebekah that the boys would be quite different, she and Isaac nevertheless raised them in precisely the same environment and with the same methodology. This was their mistake. Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch, a 19th century German Orthodox rabbi who's widely considered the founder of contemporary Orthodox Judaism, extracts from our Parsha not only what Isaac and Rebekah should have done, what should not have done, but also more constructively what they could have done for a better result. The striking contrast in the grandchildren of Abraham may have been due not so much to a difference in their temperaments as to a mistake in the way they were brought up. No attention was paid to their differences while they were little. Both were given the same teaching and educational treatment. Had Isaac and Rebekah studied the nature of Esau and spoken to that nature, who can say how different history of the ages may have been recorded? So, while Isaac and Rebekah loved their children differently, they fail because they do not love them equally. They do not give the same care and attention to Esau's spiritual and emotional well-being that they nurture in his brother. Conversely, they nurture Jacob's emotional intelligence, but fail to challenge him to literally move outside of his comfort zone, the family tent, and encounter the harsh realities of the natural world. This is the great challenge of parenthood, particularly today in our modern let the child lead approach to parenting. We go to great lengths to support and reinforce our children's interests and aspirations. And that on its face seems wise and loving. How many coaches, tutors, and clinics have we enrolled our children in to pursue their all-star or celebrity dreams, even as we know that the fraction of famous people on the whole planet is roughly 0.0086%? We know that Jewish children are more likely to own a team than to be on one. Which is to say, practically no one is famous. And still, even if our children are far more likely to watch an awards show than walk the red carpet, these are important and critical investments in support of their hopes and dreams. As parents, we will stop at nothing to see their dreams fulfilled. But what about pushing them towards the things they have not dreamed of yet? Should we strive to expose them to those experiences and challenges they would never think to consider or are actively trying to avoid? Perhaps Sydney will be an astronaut someday. You're saying no, but it may be. Are we obligated to help them confront their fears just as we are to embrace their joys? A favorite teaching of the Talmud tells that a parent's responsibilities to their children understandably include teaching them a trade, as well as Torah. But it also says that we must teach our children how to swim. Swimming is curiosity. Swimming is navigating the rough waters of life without any support, entirely on your own. We teach children to swim so that they will know courage, know to overcome fear. For if they know how to swim, they can call upon the resources of courage that dwell within each soul. Let go of fear and venture out into the uncertain, the unknown, aware that they can make it to the other side of any divide. They gain the confidence to do anything, particularly that which doesn't come naturally or is unfamiliar. Among the many moments Isaac and Rebekah, like most parents, would probably have liked to do over, I think they would have liked to teach their children how to swim, how to navigate the distant shore, even when the waters were rough, even when it was uncomfortable, even when they didn't feel like swimming. And they would have cheered for both of them equally. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. We conclude our service with the Aleinu, page 586. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה להם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We now take a moment to recall the lives of those who touched our lives, those who passed in recent days as well as those in years gone by. If you are in the Shiva period, the first 7 days following a loved one's death, please rise. Please share their names with us. If you are in the Shloshim period, please rise. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. Barbara. If you are in the Shloshim period, the first 30 days, please rise. If you are in the first year of mourning, please rise and share your loved ones' names. And if you're observing a yahrzeit this evening, this Shabbat, please rise and share your loved one's name. Yes. Is there anybody else whose name you would like to mention this evening? If it is your custom to rise for the Kaddish to support our mourners, or to say Kaddish for anyone who does not have someone to say Kaddish for them, please rise. We join together on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. V'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shmei D'Kudusha Brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabbah min Shmaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the memory of your loved ones bring you peace and joy, and may they be a blessing to all who knew and loved them. Amen. You may be seated. There's one upcoming event that I know of that needs mention, and that is December 11th. Would you like to talk?
I would love to.
Talk about
December 7th at 6 p.m. right
11th.
here. What did I say?
7th.
I think I was thinking 7 p.m. because it's from 6 to 7. Anyways, December 11th, we have our awesome Hanukkah
Shindig.
Yeah, it's a massive, concert just isn't the right word. Going to be a lot of Hanukkah music, some old favorites, some newer favorites. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. Our Upan Chavaya, ECLC, and our Kol Tikvah choir, and so many others are going to be performing. So this is something you do not want to miss.
It's on a Wednesday, December 11th at 6 o'clock. Right. There will be latkes, I understand.
Yes. Also, There will definitely be latkes.
So make sure you RSVP so we know. You don't have to say how many latkes you will eat. You just have to let us know you're coming, and we'll figure 5 for Josh, at least. At least. Right, since it is at dinner time. Are there any other announcements? What else is on there? Lunch and Learn is coming up in January, I believe. In December?
Oh.
December 14th. Okay. Professor Scott Spitzer. I've heard Professor Spitzer speak before. He's very, very good. The Oslo Peace Agreement and its continued significance in 2019. Professor Spitzer is a professor at Cal State Fullerton. He is the husband of Rabbi Cantor Marcia Tilchin, and he's really very interesting. He's a great speaker. And then we have one in January, one in February, and one in March. Also, really, the one in March, I'm not sure about that speaker. What's that guy's name? Rabbi Nyko? Nyko. I don't know. Must be a typo. I don't know who he is. Some guy with a beard. So, 70 Faces of Israel. That's neat. So, our closing song tonight is...
Well, we're
going to go...
Shalom Aleichem into Kaddish.
Kiddush.
Kiddush.
We already did Kaddish.
Excuse me.
Kiddush.
Kiddush.
And then Hamotzi. Hamotzi is up there too. All right, Shalom Aleichem.
Here we go.
Let's rise and become
And
one community.
Let's pass out the Kiddush cups.
Kiddush cups.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Borechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Borechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Tzidchem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Kiddush can be found on page 123. I'm currently learning a Vayahulu, but I don't know it yet. So you'll get my Vayahulu later. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava ufratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim. Sydney and Josh, come up and do Hamotzi for us. Is it there? Oh, it is there. Come
Oh,
on down.
yeah. A challah for each of you. Will you share? They're the same. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
And
Go
now
ahead.
you get the first pieces.
Go ahead. Grab it. Tear it. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Yay!
There
Wait,
goes your piece,
Michael.
Esther.
We aren't done. No. Look at the lineup.
Did you get some?
Look at the lineup.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, I put it in tomorrow.
Yai la da 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 da, yai la da 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 da, yai la da 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 da